Recorded.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bob Arnold here to highlight another fantastic session at DRJ Spring 2025, coming to you in Orlando, Florida, March 23rd through 26th. This year's agenda is packed with fresh ideas and proven strategies to enhance your organization's resilience. I'm extremely excited about a case study this show about on how to leverage DR in the cloud as cloud migration path to your production environment led by none other than Kerry Jasgar. Kerry is not only a longtime friend, but a very active member of the DRJ's advisory board and a recognized leader in governance and resilience. In this session, Kerry will share a compelling case study on how one organization used their DR in the cloud as a stepping stone to migrating to production systems. Welcome, Kerry, and thanks for giving us a little preview of what you have in store for the session. So, jump right in here. First question: what are some key advantages of leveraging DR in the cloud as a test bed for production migration?
So first of all, thank you, Bob. Happy to be here and assist. Really enjoyed the DRJ shows and meeting everyone. Uh, I would say probably the biggest advantage is if you're running DR in the cloud, it allows you to actually run test after test after test to ensure that things work the way that they're supposed to. Um, One thing that a lot of organizations fail to do is like we have DR, but we haven't really tested it a lot or tried to break it. So this allows you to actually do that before you even think about migrating, but more importantly, to ensure that your DR platform is ready and capable when you do need it.
Yeah, and that's a smart approach. You build confidence in the cloud while strengthening that protection. So perfect. So next question here: what are some common fears organizations have about moving production to the cloud, and how do you address those?
So the one I've come across the most is it's not so much a fear as it is a false sense of security, and that is we're in the cloud, we're safe from everything.
Right.
Which, as we recently found out in July of this year with CrowdStrike, that is not the case. So it's really comes back to the first question as far as testing that environment, ensuring that it's architected properly. If necessary, if you are doing DR in the cloud in AWS or Azure environment, that you have the capabilities to fail to another availability zone if something happens, or if you have the money, another region. So if you've got that little leprechaun and pot of gold, then you're good to go. Or even potentially running simultaneously in two AZs to ensure that you're always ready. But
Yeah.
it's getting over that misconception that we're in the cloud, we're safe.
Yeah, and there's so much potential once those barriers are addressed as well. So, next question here: how does the case study show that cloud-based DR can be a game changer for organizations?
So with this particular case study, this was an actual client of mine when I was a consultant, and they had a desire to alleviate themselves of an on-prem environment, being a global organization, to not be tied to just one location. And the initial project was actually just to create, stand up the DR platform. And the CIO asked us, can we use this to move production? They basically have adjusted all of their applications to be cloud native years previously so that they would be capable of running. So there's not some mainframe laying around somewhere that you cannot move. Uh, we ran a test one March where we failed over production to the cloud. That was in 2015. They've never failed back. Nobody
Wow.
knew. Everything worked flawlessly. They had two minor applications that had a bit of a hiccup. That instead of trying to fix them, they just replaced them with another SaaS provider.
Sounds like that's definitely sounds like the session will be packed with actionable items. So love to hear more on the takeaways from that session. So talking about takeaways, what is one key takeaway you hope attendees leave with?
The knowledge that if architected properly, You can run production from a cloud environment. And the key there is if architected properly. Not all of your applications will be cloud ready. So it's the understanding that it is possible, and maybe go back to their organizations and start having those conversations of, are we cloud ready? My current organization, for example, has a cloud first mentality. So we will only install something on-prem if there's no other option.
Wonderful. Well, that's crucial insight for anyone that's even considering moving anything to the cloud. So certainly look forward to the session. Carrie's session is certainly just one example of an incredible value DRJ has at in Orlando. So, Carrie, thank you for sharing these insights with us today and for continuing your contributions to DRJ and the resilience community. So, please visit drj.com/spring 2025 to explore the full agenda and secure your spot. We can't wait to see everyone in Orlando this spring. Thanks, Gary.
Thank you very much, Bob.